Tell me about the rare fish that you know that exists in the market.
Platinum Arapaima. Have you seen one before?
I'm looking for one. I've been looking for one.
When you find it, buy two and send it to me. It could be fake. That's the only problem. There's a lot of fake fish out there. I've seen Jardinis when I was in China. Full white, and they're all turned. So when I'm talking about white, like
white,
the ceiling, yeah, white, and they're all turned normal. So you know, there's different things. So imagine you go and you buy a platinum Arapaima for $50,000-$100,000 because they're very rare, and then it turns back to normal in a few months. What do you do after that? You know. But as far as rare, I say that the golden barramundi now it's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
The golden goonch, have you seen those?
Yep.
Also coming out very often. The albino giant stingray from Thailand. I had a chance to buy one, and we weren't ready.
Albino?
Albino. It
Wow.
was already like that big, with the tail and everything. It was going to be very hard to ship because it was a decent size.
Is it a farm breed or?
No, wild. We had a chance to get that. So that for me was very rare, but we didn't want to spend that type of money, especially if we didn't have a place to put it.
Yeah, and also like the giant stingray is like so huge.
Yeah. But that, imagine,
Yeah.
in a big tank, even your tank, imagine how big, how beautiful that animal would look. And I prefer actually stuff like that in a tank than in the wild. Because in the wild, people are just gonna kill them for food. They don't know, you know how many yellow gars I seen picture of the people spear fishing them, or bow and arrow, and they just kill it for fun. So, you know, I think rare stuff like this should be more appreciated in an enclosed system where it's gonna be safe. I had a supplier one time had an albino vampire fish, armadas.
Armada.
That's pretty rare, but I didn't get to see it.
What about the wolfish, albino, like Malabar?
I saw one picture. That's pretty rare as well. See, rare fish, I used to have 2 white peacock bass, like white, from Florida.
What kind of peacock?
They were butterfly.
Butterfly.
Mm-hmm.
Butterfly is the
Mono.
mono. Okay.
Ocellaris. So I had both of them in this tank, and we wanted to breed them. And I had a beautiful stingray, actually came from Vincent Wu, and she never bred. And she got pregnant somehow, you know, with the other race. And I had to leave because I have a moving company. So I had to leave to drop off a big move in Georgia. And when I came back on a Sunday, it was already Monday morning. So when I came back, I said, let me stop by the shop to look. I opened the door, bro, the smell of dead fish. This tank right here was brown, completely brown. And the stingray was dead, floating. And the 2 little tails were coming out. So basically what happened is the pups got stuck and they died, and they killed the mom. And the mom for a whole day just polluted the water and killed the 2 white peacock bass. So in one day, I lost a lot.
For me, I really love like monster fish. I think the platinum barramundi is on the second list. Like right now, like the really expensive. The platinum, platinum barramundi. There is like this platinum albino. So the platinum with the red eyes is the most expensive one. And then the second one goes to the platinum barramundi, and then the third is the golden barramundi. The golden is just, as you said, like it's just everywhere now.
Okay.
It's getting more affordable.
Because the more it shows up in the market, the cheaper they get.
Like 2-3 years ago, the price was just like
ridiculous.
just ridiculous. Yeah. But now it's just.
But that's what happens. Like a lot of times we're the first ones to bring a fish here, right? So then we pay. Let's say they wait to grow them out to sell. So we pay already the big size, we pay more money, we pay more on the freight, we bring them in, we charge more money. Some people buy, some people don't. 3-4 months later, now more showing up in the market, the price drop. You know what I mean? So it's not like that we're more expensive, it's just because at the time we got that animal, it was very expensive. It's like anything else. Once it floods the market, the price just drops.
Sure. Just like a fogo.
Yeah.
Fogo, the price is plummet.
Yeah, we have them for $185 now. It used to be around $500.
Yes.
At first. I think we're running out of fish. We need to figure out more fish. You know what I mean? Like new fish discovered.
I know, man. Like I've been researching like a lot. Like seriously a lot. Like I'm running out of idea. Like what kind of fish that can switch to my tank. You know.
Well, you have more varieties than us here. You know, like you have the Asian iguanas. We can't get that. Well, how come you don't have a big platinum gar in there?
Okay, the platinum is really common, super cheap.
But a big one, a very big one?
Still cheap.
Really?
Yes. The small one, I don't know, like maybe like $100 or 200 the most.
Okay.
Like the high grade one, maybe like 500, and the big ones, 1,000 the most. It's not that like really expensive. It's expensive, but not like super expensive, you know.
But do you also like monster fish? That's a big monster fish.
The thing is like, okay, the platinum gar, it's like everyone has it.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like taking up the space that I have in my tank.
For something else. See,
That's why like I got the albino. I have one.
albino gar.
Yeah.
I'm importing them next. It's coming at the end of the month. Albino
They have
alligator.
like, yeah, they have like the super clean one.
Mhm.
It's more expensive, like 5 times more expensive, I think. And then the one with the marbles.
The black. Yeah, the black
I have
shade.
the one with marbles.
I'm getting small ones like this, but all clean.
All clear.
Albino. Yeah.
Yeah. The reason I'm getting the albino because yeah, it's at the time I got it like last year, it was still rare, but now, yeah, it's
More starting
stuff.
to show up. So do you think they're natural or they're man-made?
Man-made. I think they are from Thailand, I believe. Thailand or China. The government over there, they support the fishery, you know.
Right. So they try to help with different
Yes,
things.
with the
How can you even come up with, you know, what do you do to come up with that? You know, like, oh, I'm gonna take this fish, I'm gonna make him albino. How? You know, it's crazy.
just crazy.
It's just like oxalatos. Oxalatos legal
Yep.
in Indonesia.
legal.
So I found out here that when they're in an embryo stage, you can cut the tail of one and switch. So you can put a white tail and a black one, a black tail and a white one. You can take the eyeballs out, switch the eyeball. That's insane. That's like Frankenstein stuff. You know what I mean? That I don't agree with because now you're messing with the animal. But how do you come up with an albino? You know, like what do you inject in the water or inject the fish? You know what I'm saying? Like that would be a really good video to find out. But then everybody would know the secret.
Yeah. They keep it like a top secret for that.
Oh, of course,
Yeah.
because how much money are they making on that secret?
Yeah. Okay. So what else do you think like the rare fish that is worth it?
Well, one fish that I always wanted to have and I can't have here is the European whales, like a
The
albino.
European whales?
It's illegal here.
Oh, okay.
That would be a cool fish, but also we eat a lot of the fish in the tank. You know, like I said, we're running out of fish. They need to start discovering new fish. One of my goals, not as far as rare, but monster, I want to go to Texas and get like a massive alligator gar, a
Regular one.
7-8 foot, and have it. Can you imagine swimming with a 7-foot alligator gar?
Okay, so captive breed and wild caught.
Mhm.
Do they make a lot of difference in terms
Yes.
of size-wise?
Yes, I think.
Like how much different?
Like for example, like anything that's natural, they have a more potential growth, right? Let's say you got the red tail and you're breeding the red tail. Over so many generations, you're crossbreeding so many times, it's not natural anymore. You know what I mean? It's like you sleeping with your sister. How is that
Got it.
natural? You know, in the human world. So if you get a red tail from the Amazon, it's completely different than a red tail that's farm raised.
But is that applies to every fish that you
I think so. And that's how you get deformities, you know, short body, or some of them are missing an eye or a fin, you know, because of that, because you're crossbreeding so many times with the same genes. But if you have a natural one from the wild, you can't compare. It's like getting a tigerfish from the wild. That, you know, they're not breeding them, so they're all wild.
Yeah.
But once they start breeding, you see it's not going to be the same fish.
If someone wants to get into this hobby like a monster fish keeping, any advice like
Well,
what
first-
they need to pay attention, stuff like that, you know?
First, tank space, right? Make sure you have a tank appropriate for the animals,
Okay.
right? Or a pond, whatever you decide to have. Even the swimming, a lot of people now is doing swimming pools because they're cheap here. The little above ground swimming pools, they're very cheap here. So they're doing that. Focus on filtration, right? And make sure that the animals that you're putting on are compatible. And think about electricity. A lot of times, like I know people here, especially in New York, I guess electric bill is higher.
Okay.
They're complaining that, you know, they're shutting down their systems because of that. So there's more things to think about, not just like, oh, I want it, let me put it together. You got to think about, can you afford that, you know, $400 bill at the end of the month when you have UV light and pump and filtration running, right? And then focus on the animal as well. Is this the best setup for it? I think that's if I were to sell somebody, like start small. Don't start crazy, you know?
Okay, start small as in the small tank or small fish?
Small fish.
Small fish.
And then you learn from that fish. And as he needs to grow, then you spend money to make it bigger. But if you're not trying to make it bigger, don't go for that fish that you know is gonna get big. You know what I mean?
When people have like a predator fish like this, like how do they know if one fish is compatible with the other fish? Like how do they know? Like,
okay, so what I usually go by is that, like this, around the same size, so it doesn't fit in their mouth.
okay,
Right.
rule number one.
Number one, get fish around the same size.
Okay.
Number two, you got to keep them well fed, right? Otherwise, they're gonna look for food, just like us. They can't just go to Andy's across the street, right? They have to eat whatever they have. So food, feeding schedule, right? And just having space for them to hide as well, that helps. You know, not being so aggressive. It's like us in the same house with a bunch of people just looking at each other all day. Eventually you're gonna be like, hey man, I'm tired of you, you know? So doing stuff like that will help prevent fish from getting aggressive.
How about the growth rate? How do I say? Like some people like, okay, they buy like a 10-inch RTC. They buy like a 10-inch peacock bass, but the RTC grows like crazy.
Right, and the bass doesn't.
Yeah,
So that's
same
what
applies with the gar. You know, it's
Right.
the same. It's like it grows like crazy.
Right, so you just have to be compatible. Make sure that you're buying compatible fish. Or like right now, like the Arapaima's here, the Arapaima can swallow all this fish, but look at the size. The mouth can't fit. So they're smart. They're not gonna try to choke to death, you know what I mean? But I think it's all about that. Depending on the fish, the size, the feeding schedule, and the tank space. So now you're giving them more room to swim, it's harder for them to just be like, here, let me catch you, you know?
What do you think about like my tank? Like for me, like I have like this big tank, and I'm thinking to get more fish, but I don't know what to get.
You almost have everything, so you're gonna be pretty close to like, man, what else can you add? How about, not predatory, but what about the Siamese carp? Get a massive one. Sometimes they have platinum too.
I'm looking for the platinum one, but like I haven't got it yet.
I have a supplier in China that can get it for you.
The platinum one?
Yeah.
Sure, that would be great because like I had one, but the regular one, yes, and then eventually I was kind of tired looking of it because it's grow like really slow.
Very slow, yeah.
Very, very slow. I was like, okay, and then I just gave it to my friend because like I'm thinking, well, I'll just get a big one and then I can just like
Put it in.
put it in right away instead of spending like 5 years raising it, you know.
Right. A platinum one is very nice. I've seen like that size, but it's gonna be hard for you to find a really, really big one platinum.
Yeah, you have to like
Probably
do
like
it.
this size right here. So I would put that in there for you. The Karuskin.
What? What is that?
Karuskin is the, here, I'll show you a picture. We can show it to the camera too.
Okay. So big. Is it the same with the tiger sophomores? Different?
It's the same family, but it's different. Let me see if it's showing here. Different fish. So remember how I told you that one is a tigrinum with the stripes? This one is the spotted. You see the whole body spotted? But this fish can get really, really big. So the Karuskins, the reason why you don't see them in the markets, people are not breeding them. They're very aggressive to each other. So it's very hard to breed them, you know, for food. So Asia or even South America, they don't breed them because it's not a easy fish to breed. Same thing with the Jiao, right?
Oh yeah, the Jiao.
Jiao, I had a Jiao too. My Jiaos are actually pretty nice. People say, oh, they're very, you know, mean, but I never had a problem with Jiaos. It's just a black red tail. That's what it looks like. Dorados are very hard to breed.
Dorado.
Yeah.
Dorado catfish.
Usually, or Dorado catfish, I don't never see anybody breed.
Oh, you mean the golden
The
Dorado?
golden Dorado. Usually when they breed the golden Dorado, they breed another species together. So they put them all in the same tank to take out the aggression.
Or they put like a 10, 7 or...
Yeah, or like the Brycon, for example, you know, mixed with the Dorados. This way, they don't pick at each other all the time.
Okay, so for the Dorado, there is like the Braziliensis and Franciscanus.
There's 4.
Yeah, I mean like the golden Dorado.
The main ones, yeah.
Like how do you
Tell the difference?
The difference?
You have to like trust your supplier, you know?
Because like the one that we see on the internet is like shiny yellow and things, you know, but like the one that we usually have in the tank is just like, it's kind of yellow, but not the one that we expected.
But again, it could be, you know, where the natural environment make them look like that, you know? It's super, super gold, that type of water. You know, like for example, this gar, when it was caught, it was orange. Now it's yellow.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So maybe it could be the real one, but it might not get as gold. In your tank, it should get golden because you have a natural setup, right? But the water might be different acidic, different pH levels that they're used to, but you still should be able to see a little bit of the gold.
I see.
Like that one, I think on the light, you can see there's gold coming in on the bottom, on the top, but only at a certain size. Yours is pretty big already, right?
Yeah.
And it doesn't show any gold?
Slightly. Just slightly. It's
But
not like a gold the one we see on the internet, you know, like
Right.
shiny
But again,
gold.
these are farm. The one on the internet is probably wild caught right in the water. It's the same thing with the rosemary, right? When they take it from the water, it's like, oh, this pike is amazing. But when it shows up, it's like, what is this, you know?
Okay.
Same thing.
Same thing. So that's why like the captive breed and then the wild caught matters a lot.
Yeah, it's different quality.
Okay, and what about Vittatus? Like, are they mean?
I don't think they're mean. I think when tigerfish attack other fish, it's for food, not for aggression, it's for food. And by mistake, sometimes they can attack other tank mates because when they open their mouth, whatever's in front of them, you know. You've probably seen the video where a tigerfish and arowana went to get the same food, and he grabbed the arowana, and when he pulled, it just ripped the whole thing off. That's insane. And that's the tigerfish, but that was the Goliath.
My Goliath, I think it's about 1 meter already.
1 meter is
It's like 3.5 foot.
Yeah, from about there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful, dude. That's my dream fish to have right now.
Like right now, as far as I know, the one that I have is like the largest
In captivity.
in Indonesia.
Probably in the U.S. too.
I don't know, maybe because there are a lot of silent keepers, you know.
Right.
There are a lot of silent keepers that they don't
They
expose.
can expose. Right. It's just hard to import one big because they're very hard to transport.
And that's basically one of the reasons why I don't keep too many fish in my tank. Because like I want to give like a lot of space for him itself.
Right. So
Because
they can
like
strive.
because if I keep adding fish, you know, like there are a lot of fish, then there will be a space issue.
Right.
He might just like bump into the tank glass or the.
You're gonna have a space issue, water quality issue, because you're gonna have to overfeed more. It's gonna be harder, yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's the best. The way you have it, it looks clean. You know, the fish looks happy. That's the best thing to do. What I noticed too, like if the tank is dark, the Arapaimas get darker. But if the tank is light, they get a lot lighter.
Okay, I think that's it for now. And
All right, maybe next time we'll do a video. I come to Indonesia.
sure,
Maybe we should do a monster fish bash over there.
sure.
Want to do it in Indonesia?
Sure,
All right.
sure.
Just give me some time to set this up.
All right.
You know, and when this little guy start walking, then I can go.
All right.
All right,
Okay.
guys.
See you,
Nice
bye.
meeting you.